Hello, ladies, gentlemen. We are here on day 31. It's New Year's Eve for me in Australia, mate. We're here to answer your questions, to give you guys some free coaching, to hang out with you absolute legends. We were going to play the video game Super Seducer, but I couldn't figure out the sound again. So, whatever. Maybe we'll play it in the next couple of days before we finish these streams. Feel free to start dumping your questions in the chat. Chad, thank you for telling me that the audio works. I appreciate that. Chad was the first one here. I was number 2. Hayden was number 3. Amazing. What's all this here? Well, my friend, this is your daily free coaching. This is your daily free hangout. You know what this is. You've been here enough times. Shafted is going to get cooked right now. He's currently baking himself. He's currently doing drugs and getting cooked. Xander says, yo, folks. How you doing, brother? Chad says, waiting on Andy. I have a video on that. Wells. I do actually have a video. I'm not even joking. I literally have a video somewhere, but I couldn't find it, which tells you that I have a lot of videos. I have a video called something like, I've made a lot of content. You don't have to watch everything I've said. Might have been a podcast or something like that. But yes, I literally have a video on how I have a video on everything. Yeah, I can't find it. I'm trying to search for it, but I can't find it. There's too much content out there, guys. There's too much content. Basically, if we summarize all the content, it is you're all doing a good job. Go talk to some women or start a business. Fucking be nice to yourself, etc. Methods says sleepy AF. Brother, I know that feeling. I'm a little tired, I'll be honest. Like, not necessarily today. I feel good today, but I'm a little tired from daily live streams. Like, it's a lot. I'm impressed by the people that can do this like every single day over a long period of time. Method says, how do we achieve world peace? Well, if you watch the TV show that I recommended the other day, the Breaking Bad guy, I don't know how to pronounce his show, Pluribus. This TV show. This TV show is literally about world peace. Like, I'm not even joking. So there you go. Go watch this TV show. Anyone who's watched it, please do not give any spoilers. Do not even say what it is about, because like even knowing what it is about is a spoiler. If you watch this show, go into it knowing nothing other than the fact that I just said it has something to do kind of with world peace, I guess. But there you go. You watch that show. If you want a more serious answer, stop trying to change the fucking world and just work on yourself. And Method, I'm not directing that at you, but so many motherfuckers are like, how do we achieve world peace? Have you made your bed today, motherfucker? Is your life in order? And again, Method, I'm not directing that at you. But if we're not happy in our own life, if you're not smiling at strangers, if you're not deeply peaceful and you like yourself, how the fuck are you going to achieve world peace? Oh, shit. Guys, what the fuck? Okay, this is such a weird inside joke. So on Google, this is not going to make any sense to anyone who hasn't watched the show. On Google, when you search pluribus, this comes up. It literally says, what are you searching for, Carol? This is like really relevant to the show. Anyone who hasn't watched the show is not going to understand that. But what the fuck? Google going hard with the memes and the Easter eggs. Appreciate that. How do you know what $1 Million Extreme is? How do you know that, Hayden? No one else is going to know what that is. Do you have you watched the pickup artist one? Hayden, have you watched the pickup artist one that they did? It was on like YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's still on YouTube. Not Extreme Peace. Let me find it. Let me find it. Unless I'm thinking of something else. I'm pretty sure it was them who did it. Yep. Yep. So you've seen the pickup artist one. I almost kind of want us to just like straight up fucking watch and react to the pickup artist one. They did a skit on pickup artist, and it's like the best thing that you're ever gonna fucking see. It's like literally just mocking like pickup artists nonstop. It's fucking great. Maybe we'll watch that on stream if you guys want. It's like 4 minutes and 30 seconds long. Yeah, I love $1 Million Extreme. They're like a skit show, I guess. Chad says, what's up, Phoenix? Yeah, Phoenix, what is up? What is up? You say, today I just want to hide from everyone, but I can't. Bullshit. What a limiting belief this is. You think you can't hide from people, bro? Stay at home. Put a do not over your head. Fuck off with the limiting beliefs, Phoenix. If you want to hide from everyone, we believe that you can. Guys, can we get some encouragement in the chat and tell Phoenix that he can do anything that he sets his mind to? And if he wants to hide from everyone, it's not that fucking hard. Like, yes, Hayden. Yes, I'm talking about Restyle Treks helps Robbie. And he puts on this really terrible Australian accent for half a second. The finest clothes you can buy in the mall, in the black person mall. Yeah, exactly. Hide and seek world champion. Come on, Phoenix. Like, you can hide if you. Oh, Jesus Christ, Hayden. I. Yeah, maybe we won't play this video on stream. I guess we can play it. Whatever. You guys can handle the N word, can't you? Do you guys even know the N word? I want all of you in the chat to type the N word if you know it. All of a sudden, the views go from like. No, I'm not going to say it, Hayden. I go back and forth on this, Hayden. Okay. We can have like a big, serious. You guys know that I love to go on big, random tangents. We could have a serious talk about the N word. Nuggets. Yes, it's literally nuggets. Congratulations, it's nuggets. See, even you guys are scared to say it. So I used to say the N word all the time. All the time. Like all the fucking time. But I would even say it in content. But I just had enough people that would get like really deeply upset about it. And I don't know what race they were, but like I'm sure you guys can guess. But I would have a lot of people get really upset over me using that word. And I went back and forth on this because I'm not someone that likes to have my language policed. And if someone says to me, you shouldn't do that, or you can't do that, or you mustn't do that, then I'm like, well, now I want to do it 10 times more just to prove to you that I can. Like there's that little naughty, rebellious person, like part of me, that child inside me. But at the same time, like, do I want to do the thing that is actually directly upsetting people? And there isn't necessarily a benefit to me saying the word other than to prove that I can, but I don't necessarily need to prove that I can say that word anymore. So I don't know. I go back and forth on this. I think a lot of people can be very precious about it. I think in America, it's funny how many black people just throw that word around like it's fucking candy and it's Halloween and they're just dishing out the word. And it's like, okay, come on. Like, how come you're saying it all the time? And then if the rest of us say it, you get deeply offended. That seems like a little bit fucking hypocritical. But yeah, I say it sometimes, but I don't know. I go back and forth on this. Nigel Farage, yes. Yeah, that's exactly the word. Nuggets, yep. Shafted said, it took me over 50 attempts. Okay, given the conversation we were just having, I literally thought what you were going to go on to say, Shafted, was it took me 50 attempts and I was finally able to say the N word. Guys, can you help me get it down to 49 attempts next time? I want to get quicker at this. I want to just be able to say it like it's like just slipping off the tongue. So, to read your thing seriously, it took me over 50 attempts to achieve my first success, instant date. No, wrong. Your first success was being able to walk. And then your second success was like shitting in the toilet instead of in your pants. And then your next success would have been actually the order of that is wrong. But another success would have been being able to say your first word, mama. So this is like way past your first success, bro. This is probably success number 29 billion. But it took me 50 attempts to achieve my 29th billionth success. I wonder, what the fuck is FC? Instant day. I know what that is. What the fuck is FC? Foreclosure? Did you foreclose on her house? What is FC? Fuck. Fuck. Cunt. Did you fuck her cunt? Did you fuck her cunt? I wonder if this success has had an effect. Yeah, fucking someone's cunt usually does have an effect. Will it now take fewer than 50 attempts to achieve another success? Probably, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's how competent fisting closed. Did you fist her until she closed? Fuck close. Well, how do you fuck from a distance? I understand how to fuck close to someone. I guess you could fuck from a distance if you like sexted each other. Wayfin says, I'm an 18-year-old virgin. I've gone on 2 dates, both from Hinge. I got ghosted after both of them. I'm wondering what exactly went wrong. Well, my wonderful, beautiful friend, the very first thing is to stop saying what went wrong and start saying what went right. So I want you to type to all of us 3 things that you did well, that you did right. Type 3 wins in the chat. We are not here to focus on what you did wrong, which just makes you feel anxious, afraid, insecure, uncertain, like you're, fuck, I'm trying not to fuck it up. That's playing not to lose. Guys, what do we do when someone is playing not to lose? We turn that around, my brother. And do you know what we do instead? We play to win. We're here to win, brother. And do you know what would be really cool is if your man Andy had made a video course called Play to Win, how to build a winner's mindset where you focus on the victories and then you go out and get more victories instead of saying, what did I do wrong? If you want a copy of this, Mr. Wafen, you can go to playtowinmindset.com. It's about 30 bucks. If you can't afford that, just send me an email, man. I will send you a copy for free. You don't have to send me fucking money, but yeah, tell us what you did right, brother. We're here to focus on the victories and then get you more victories. We're not here to focus on what you did wrong. I also did a video on this. Let me find it for you, dude, because it's really relevant. It was called something like how to know if you're doing something wrong, or like how do I know when I need to fix something. Let me find it for you. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. This video. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. But I had this exact question recently. Someone was like, I did so much wrong. And I was like, brother, who gives a fuck what you did wrong? Like, yeah, we'll improve that shit. But at least start by telling me what you did right. And then we can double down on those things and do more of them. And then if we want to change something or improve something, we can. So this video here, it's called How Many Approaches Before You Know Something Needs Fixing. It's like probably doing a better job than you think. Go out there and just do more approaches. Like you've only gone on 2 dates. Now is not the time to sit there and be like, what did I do wrong? As long as you were doing the basics, like, did you text her after the date and say, "Hey, I had fun. I'd like to see you again." Like, your first couple of dates, man, you just don't really know what you're doing, and you improve with practice rather than like trying to be perfect. But like the answer here is go on more dates. When you've gone on 5 to 10 dates, if 5 women in a row ghost you after the first date, then yes, come back and we'll have a chat. But like you're in the early stages of like just go on more dates. One of these women is going to like you. Literally just play the numbers game. Yeah, exactly what Method said. Yeah, Method makes a good point. 18-year-olds, assuming that you're dating fellow 18-year-olds, man, they're complete. I say this with love because I date a lot of 18-year-olds. They're complete train wrecks when it comes to being consistent, when it comes to fucking texting you back, when it comes to not ghosting. Like they're absolute messes. A lot of them are still in high school. Like they might have only just left high school at 18 or still be in like the final part of their high school. Like, they're complete and utter fucking train wrecks, like I was, and like you will be, Wafin, and I mean that with love, brother, but, like, you're gonna look back 2 years from now and be like, "Holy fuck, when I was 18, I didn't know shit," and it's like, "Yeah, man, because like, you've only just left school, like, you haven't had enough time to be an adult. You feel like an adult, like, I'm not calling you a child or some shit, but I'm saying, like, you just haven't been out there in the fucking real world enough yet, and neither have 18-year-old girls, and so they will ghost, man. That's so normal. I am never surprised when an 18-year-old girl ghosts me. I'm not like, "Oh, shit, like, what the fuck is, like, gone wrong?" Hayden, you say, "You used to love 18-year-olds." I still do. I love everyone. You can be a train wreck and still be loved. Like, why can't you be both? You can be a train wreck and Andy still loves you. But yeah. All right, Wafin, here you go. Here you go, brother. Here's the things you did right, my man. This is what we want to see. You hugged a girl in a romantic context for the first time in your life. Fucking that's the win, brother. Who gives a fuck if she ghosted you? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? She ghosted me. Who gives a fuck? I just won a gold medal. I literally just hugged someone in a romantic way for the first time in my life. Brother, who gives a fuck what happens after that? Celebrate this. This is my point. If you sit there and say, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? You're going to miss the insane victories that you just have. You won a freaking gold medal, brother. This is huge. This is amazing. This is a big victory, brother. Tell us the next two, man. Or did you already do that? I'm scrolling down. I planned dates successfully and I showed intent. That's insane. Do you know how many men, how many people out there just like don't know how to plan a date? They don't make the first move. They don't say, would you like to go on a date with me? You showed intent. I assume by that you mean like, you told her that she was pretty or you showed you were interested in her. Do you know how many men don't do that? They play it safe, almost like they're just trying to be friends with someone. Dude, these are huge victories. Tell us one more, man. These are great. This is what I want you to focus on. This shit. When you've gone on, like I said, 5 dates, if you have 5 women in a row ghost you, then come back and we will talk, and we'll be like, oh shit, like what's happened here? Yes, yes. Hayden getting freaking deep in the weeds here, back on the N word discussion, says, as an Aussie, I hate the fact that it's even talked about here. You were talking about the N word. We didn't have industrial level transatlantic slavery here. Aboriginal genocide, absolutely. We definitely had a lot of that, my friend. We had a lot of that. But that is analogous to American Indian. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. You know how it is, though. Like, I'll zoom out a lot and say, let's just say a universal statement. The ego is very fragile. Basically, every human being's ego is very fragile, right? Gets very offended very easily and triggered by words, almost like a hypnotic spell. And the N word, especially in America, is like a word that will trigger, like, if you're not black and you say it, it will trigger, like, I don't know, 75% of human beings in the country. If you're black and you say it, it will trigger, I don't know, like 20% of human beings. So it's like a trigger word. It's like a hypnotic spell. It's like we're all sleeper agents to get offended at certain words or certain concepts. And there's not right or wrong. It just is what it is. And knowing that, me personally, I've come to the point where I personally, and this is only me speaking for me, I personally have decided I don't want to use that trigger word if it's just going to upset 75% of people that I see it to. And I could say it to. And then I could sit there and be like, well, they shouldn't be so precious. Like, they shouldn't be hypocritical. Why are they offended when it's just a word? Like, I agree with all of that. However, we live in the current reality of, if I say that word, a lot of people will be hurt. And for me personally, what I'm trying to put out there is good vibes and not hurt people. So is it just a word? Yes. Do people get triggered by just words? Yes. And so I don't say that word. I try not to offend people in other ways too, but even that, then you get caught up in like playing not to lose. Like, oh, I don't want to offend anyone. So I try and move towards love and compassion and all of that. Even then, I can say the nicest shit ever and someone will be offended. So I don't know. I go back and forth on this one. Dark Mental Master said, would you shave your beard? I mean, yeah, you got to tell me what the conditions are though. Like, if you give me 10 for $10,000, I would shave my beard. For $5,000, I would probably shave it. For $1,000, hell no, no. So like, I'm a whore, and we're just now negotiating on price. So you tell me how much you want to pay by me, and I'll tell you if I would shave my beard for that. Mr. Xander says, I can get numbers and Instagrams pretty regularly now. I got 3 last night. Hell yeah. But I still can't get them to respond to texts. Yeah, you can't get people to respond to text. They either do or they don't. Or go on non-instant dates despite reading, watching almost everything I suspect there is to read or watch about addressing this, except playing the numbers game more. But that's not true. Like, you're still playing the numbers game, man. Like, this might be one of those times where I'm like, man, like, you're literally doing the thing that will improve this. It's just about now being patient, or don't be patient. You can keep being impatient. But Xander, we both know you're going to go talk to lots more women. You say it's driving me insane. Yeah, but not so insane that you'll quit. So, like, this might sound harsh, but like, this isn't even a problem that you think it is. Like, you are someone that is very attached to suffering. You've literally said that lots of times. Like, you've said a lot of times, like, I kind of want this to be a struggle. And then you're saying, I'm struggling. And my answer to that is like, yeah, because you kind of want to. Like, the second that you decide you don't want to struggle, then you'll work on the mindset. Like, Chad or someone like that would jump in and be like, bro, it's your mindset. K215 would be like, bro, it's your mindset. Like, it's honestly driving me insane. It's like, yeah, you're letting it. Like, you want it to drive you insane. You've said as much. You've said, I want this to be a struggle. So it will be. Like, so everything you've said here, I just don't see a problem. Like, and that's not me being cold and saying, like, I don't care if you're being driven insane. You want to be. You've said that you want to be. And there are things that would make you feel less like you're going insane, doing the work from Byron Katie, going through the Play to Win video course and implementing those things. Don't just read them, letting go, taking a break. Like, there's a lot of things you could do to be happier with this. But right now, the stage you're in is the like very go, go, go. Like, you want to be frustrated. You remind me kind of my friend Jesse right now. He is grumpy and angry and frustrated, probably like, I don't know, every day. Let's just say every day. Every day he will tell me how frustrated he is every day. And I've gently said to him multiple times, "Do you want to be less frustrated?" And in his moments of like lucidity, I guess, his moments of self awareness, he's like, "Nah, man, I think I'm happy being angry because at least it's motivating me to go and take more action." I'm like, "Cool. Then I won't try and fix you. Like, not that you're broken and need fixing, but yeah, I guess this isn't a problem." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess not." And I'm like, "Cool, man. The second that you want to be happy, you will be. Like, you'll start working on that. So maybe not the second, but you'll start then working on that." And so, yeah, man, I just don't see this as a problem. This is you just like wanting to be frustrated. And then you'll say, like, "No, no, no, but I want a solution to the problem." It's like, yeah, it's very hard to find a solution when you're in the middle of frustration and anger, and because we're just not rational. Yeah, it's like Hayden said. Hayden's self aware with this too, man. Look, he's like, "Yeah, I like being angry." Yeah, lots of people like being angry for sure. And so a lot of times people will present to me how angry they are and they're like, "I'm so annoyed, I'm so frustrated." And I'm like, "Would you like to work on this and improve this?" And they're basically like, "No." "But I hate that I'm like this. Why is it like this?" And it's like, "Well, because you're getting something out of this. It feels good to be angry. It feels righteous to be frustrated. It's not fair. Why is it so easy for women but not men? Why is it easy for other men but not me?" Like there's a payoff in that. Like it feels good. So yeah, like not that you asked a question, but like Xander, to give you a little bit of a, I guess, warm hug. We both know you're not going to quit, Xander. Like you're not even fucking capable. I can't even get you to take one day off, motherfucker, and chill out on a beach or some shit, right? Like you're not even capable of stopping. And so you're going to keep going through this. You're going to keep smashing your head against the wall until one day you break through. Like that's just you, Xander. I think at some point you'll put more focus in being happier and peaceful and all of that. But for now, you being frustrated, like it's serving a purpose. And so I think you'll keep being frustrated. And again, that's not me like judging you or saying like, I don't care. It's like, no, man, like I've just been doing this for enough years that I can tell when someone doesn't want to feel better, but they also want a space to be able to vent their frustrations. Like they don't want to suffer in silence. They want you to suffer with them or they want you to hear their suffering. And I will hear that suffering. And then I'll say, "Do you want to improve this?" And if the answer is like, "Not really," then yeah. Or often, no. What most people do is they'll say, "Yeah, I do want to improve this." And I'm like, "All right, what about this or this or this?" And then they don't really do those things. And then I'm like, "Okay, okay. Well, I've told you an answer. I've told you the next step. You know, Xander, like for you, that is work on the peace, work on the love, let go a little bit, take some time off." And then your brain obviously says, "Fuck no, I don't want to do that." And it's like, okay, like then when you're ready, you will do some of those things. And in the meantime, like you might just feel a bit of frustration, and that's okay. Like frustration doesn't kill you. It's okay. You can almost say, "I'm frustrated," and that's okay. "I'm really angry about this, about my supposed lack of results," and that's okay. "I wish it was easier. I'm so annoyed," and that's okay. Like even if it doesn't feel it okay, you can say, "And that's okay." K215 says, "Hey Andy, question. Have you ever worried about no? I've never worried about anything, K25. Without reading the rest of your question, I'm an enlightened being. I've never worried about anything. You guys have emotions. I don't, okay? That's obviously clearly a joke. Have I ever worried about a girl that I used to see hooking up with one of your mates? Uh, not really. No, I don't know that that's something any of my mates would ever do. And if they wanted to, then I would be like, sure, man, like you have my blessing, like it's your life. But like, no, I can't imagine them doing that. I can't imagine hooking up with someone that one of my mates has slept with either. No, because when I think about it, all of my friends like know how to meet women. They're all like busy building businesses and they're all pretty happy in themselves. Like this is a really, really general statement, but generally speaking, hooking up with someone else's like ex to me is something that would really more happen if you didn't feel like you had any other options. Like, I don't know, even if my one of my friends was dating this woman that was like unbelievably hot and like perfectly my type, if they broke up, no, I don't think I'd go there. And I don't think any of my friends would because we have other options. Like, why would you? So, yeah, no, it's not something I think I've ever really worried about. You said, "I'm not sure how to feel about it." Are you putting pressure on yourself that you have to feel a certain way about it? Are you putting pressure on yourself that you should feel something about it? Like your feelings are your feelings, man. Whatever you're fucking feeling is valid and okay. Anytime or usually when I hear someone say, "I'm not sure how I feel about it," what they're really saying is, "I think I'm supposed to feel a certain way, but I don't feel like that." And then, should I feel like that? It's like, no, man. Feel whatever the fuck you feel. And then shafted giving a few ideas. Are you sexual on the instant date, Xander? Yeah, I've mentioned that a few times, Xander. Like being more upfront and not playing it quite so safe. And you're still doing a lot, Xander. But like playing a little bit less safe and going more for what you want, screening a little bit more honestly. Like, really, this is just about you being more honest. Like, sex is something you want, Xander. So why not tell women that instead of like holding it back until you feel that it's safe to say it? Say it immediately, and then you'll go on less instant dates because a lot of women that will screen them out. You right now are really terrified of screening, Xander. Like, it's the thing that you avoid sometimes. If you walk up to girls and be like, "Hey, you're sexy. I wanted to say hi," you'll immediately know the ones that are not sexually interested or not, sexually open or not interested in you. If you go on an instant date and you're like, "You are so fucking hot, by the way. You're unbelievably sexy." Like, don't you think you'll screen out the girls that are going to ghost you in the end? So, yeah, there's ways to be more honest, and you're working towards that, Xander. And I phrase it as honesty. Like, you're just being more upfront about the thing you want. You're not like holding it back. You're just being truthful. Yeah, Chad talking about playing, to win. You didn't miss 4 hours of sleep, you win 4 hours of wake. Yeah, yes, like, literally. Have you guys seen the, video by Jocko Willink called "Good"? It's this concept. It's he's, like, literally well, not entirely him, but he was a big inspiration for why I have the chapter in the Play to Win video course called "Everything That Happens to Me Is Good." Like, he inspired that chapter a lot. So this video by Jocko Willink called "Good." Highly, highly, highly recommend it. I'll put it in the chat. But yeah, he basically just says anytime shit goes wrong, I'm like, good. Like he would literally say, you didn't miss 4 hours of sleep. If you only got 4 hours of sleep, good. Now you're awake for an extra 4 hours. Like that came from him. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, this is such a good way to live your life." Like, it's kind of like you're being the glass is half full person all the time instead of being the cynical, like, complainer who's like, "That sucks. This sucks. It's not fair. Life's hard." It's like every time we complain, we disenfranchise ourselves. We make it way harder for us to take action. But if you say, "Fucking good, bro, bring it on. I only slept 4 hours. Watch me fucking cook. Watch me kick some ass." You'll take more action. You'll achieve more. You won't sit around being like a victim all the time. I swear to God, like most of humanity, and I used to be exactly the same. Most of humanity wants to be the victim constantly in every moment. My boss sucks. It's hot today. This is hard. Why can't girls be nice to me? I got ghosted. I didn't sleep enough. I'm sick. Like, just fucking constantly, like, everything's happening to me and it's not fair. And it's like, come on, fucking man up and take ownership of this shit. This happened. Good. What am I going to do about it? That's kind of another chapter in the Play to Win video course. Every problem has a solution. In other words, this thing happened. What am I going to do about it? There's always something that I can do. I don't have to sit there and just give up and be like, I only slept 4 hours. It sucks. It's like, I only slept 4 hours. Okay. I might not do as much today because I'm tired. Cool. What can I do? What can I get started on? What's a baby step I can do? Or do I want to have a nap? Or do I want to put more effort into making sure I sleep tonight and then accept that today, yeah, might suck a little bit in terms of output? That's okay. So, yeah, it's looking for solutions instead of just the problem, like focusing on the problem. Method says, Chad, are you from Sydney? No, no, he not even close. Can't you tell by the efficiency of everything that he writes that he's like German? He's got that like fucking German efficiency. I've said this many times, you guys. Germans are seriously some of my favorite people to coach because, like, most of the time when I tell them something, they will just like shut the fuck up and go do it. And then they'll come back and be like, all right, I did that. What next? And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck. All right. Go Go tell 5 girls on the street that they're really pretty and you would like to have sex with them. And then they'll come back like 5 minutes later and they'll be like, "Yes, I have told 5 girls that I would like to have sex with them." And because they're in Germany, the fucking German girls like that shit too. So they're like, 3 of the German girls said that yes, sex would definitely be an option. They would like to be having the sex if we go on date first. Like, it's like fucking hilarious. Germans are so fun to work with, dude. Like, One of my favorite Germans to work with was this guy Renee, and like his second week of coaching, he had a threesome. So he'd only had sex with like two women ever in his life, and his second week he had a threesome. He slept with like four women in like 1 week. He had a girl write him a love letter. Like all of this shit happened because he would just like do everything we said. We would just be like, go tell two women that you want to have sex with both of them together. And then he did that. And he was like, yes, the two girls are saying yes to this. We will be doing the, he didn't speak like that, but we will have sex. And I was like, all right, okay, fucking hell. Yeah, Germans are fun. Hayden says, yeah, I don't actually go around blasting N. Sounds like a drug. Blasting N, blasting H. So he doesn't say the N word. I'm reality attuned, but I still think it's silly that Australia cares about it. Yeah, yeah, and I understand that, man. Yeah. Cam says you don't have to say it. Thank you. Shafted says, I was out today trying to chat out women, haven't been out in a month, and I didn't manage it. That's brutal. So exactly what I just said there. See, do you guys see what I mean about how we want to label things as bad and be like, this sucks, it's brutal. It's like, who would you be without that last sentence, without the emotionality, without like it's funny that men, we often say like we're not emotional, women are the emotional ones. It's like, no, motherfucker, men are emotional. They just try and make it sound logical. But this is an emotional statement. That's brutal. That's coming from emotion. Try without that last bit. Try just speaking literally like neutral. I went out today to chat up some women. I haven't been out in a month and I didn't manage it. Maybe I'll go out tomorrow. Like, see how that's automatically less emotional and less like upsetting. But if we say that's brutal, then it's like we sit there suffering, like we feel like shit. We make ourselves feel like shit by the way that we describe things, and we don't even know that we're doing it. And you can turn that around and say, I haven't been out in a month. I'm so proud of myself for going out and trying. I was so nervous, you guys. You guys don't understand how nervous I was. I haven't been out in a month and I went out and tried. Fucking victory, guys. I'm so awesome. I can't believe I did this. I'm so fucking proud of myself. Like, you could tell them a positive story, man. Like, the fact that you went out and tried was amazing. Wayfin says, is it better to number close if your Instagram isn't particularly high value? I can tell you've read so many pickup artist books and stuff, dude. Just like move away from them. And I would encourage you to just talk like normal. What I mean by that is like, don't use phrases like number close and high value and all of that shit. Just talk like a fucking person, man. You will get laid way more if you talk like a person. Talk the way that women do, which is normally. They talk like normal fucking people. So basically, what you're saying here is, should I just ask for her phone number if my Instagram doesn't have good pictures? Yes, do that. Yes. But you did a good job, to be clear. Like, that isn't a criticism, man. You did a fucking good job on the dates. Yes, you can ask girls for a phone number. That's all I do. I don't ask for Instagrams ever. Like, the only time they'll see my Instagram, actually, some girls see my YouTube channel, but that's only in preparation for sex. So I show them some of my BDSM videos and get them to watch those. Chad says, I am a paladin for God crusading through the world. Hayden says, frustration can kill you long term. It's a form of stress. I mean, sure, but age kills you long term by that logic. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yes. That's why we preach like peace and self-love and finding ways to make this fun instead of just saying that everything sucks. Yes. I agree with you, man. Hayden says, I still have a BDSM Instagram. That's cool. Where I just post conceptual photos of BDSM setups. I paid for 2,000 followers as social proof. I only use it as a discussion piece when the conversation is reached. That's cool, man. It's All Good Games says, hi, Andy. How you doing, man? Tell me you love me. No, I never say that I love someone under an order. But if someone said, do you love me or do you feel love for me, then I would answer that. But no, I don't. If someone like tells me to do something, I almost never do. I will say please, or I will have a gentle conversation with them and say like, I guess like we're doing now. I don't, I don't, I don't fucking give in to terrorism. There you go. That's what I'll say. Mr. 3447 says, Happy New Year, everyone. I mean, not yet. Depending on where you are in the world. Actually, nowhere in the world is a Happy New Year right now. Australia is like the closest to, well, New Zealand would be the closest, right? Am I wrong in that? Is there a time zone right now that's more ahead of Australia? I don't think so. I think there's only a couple that are like 3 hours ahead of us. Anyway, Happy New Year for later. All right, I'm trying to read through all the comments. It's all good games is like making me laugh, and I'm trying to find the actual next question. Hayden says, Jocko Willink is sort of the same class as Goggins. I don't agree with their mindsets. Push your body until you're coughing up blood. Yeah, definitely. But we can take the parts that help us and then like ignore the rest. And like we'll click sometimes with someone, but only parts of them. And then other parts we won't. Also, Shafted, I'm not really sure what you're saying here. Like the first part, fair enough. You know, you said, I know Andy recommends asking, but I wouldn't ask, just do it like holding hands. Then you said consent instead of consents. I don't know what that means. What do you mean by consents? Consents. Is that a word? No, it's not. Uh, anyway, I recommend to all of you to just fucking ask. Like, Shafted, you're welcome to your opinion, and fair enough. But just like, I'm never gonna fucking tell you guys to just do something, especially those of you who are virgins and shit. Like, that is like fucking just not the advice that I would give other guys. No, just ask. If you're ever unsure, just fucking ask. I ask all the time. It's what I do all the time. I have slept with hundreds of women. Shafted, have you slept with hundreds of women? No. And that doesn't automatically make me right. Obviously, that's a appeal to authority, that's called. But yeah, I just, to you guys and to myself, just fucking ask, guys. Like it takes half a second. Just fucking ask. Sure, you don't have to ask for holding hands, but like anything after that, I would just ask. Like if it's kissing, just fucking ask, guys. Like I've dated enough women that have been like have gone through sexual trauma, and you launching your face at them to kiss them is like a trigger. I've dated enough women like that, and you'll never know that woman until it happens, and you'll do that. And I've been in that situation a few times when, because I didn't used to ask, and I would just try and kiss her, and then she'd freak the fuck out and have like a panic. And I was like, why the fuck don't I just say, like, yo, do you want to make out? Like, it takes half a second to be like, you do want to make out. And it is almost always fear that stops people from asking. They're like, well, I don't want to look like a beta male. That's fear. Well, I want to look confident. I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. That's fear. Well, I don't want it to be awkward and weird. It feels weird to ask. That's fear. So my general suggestion to all of you is just fucking ask, guys. Like, I can't make you do that. I'm not your dad. You know, it's your life. But I have personally found asking makes such a difference. Sure, maybe not for holding hands. You could just like put your hand out and stuff. But even then, I wouldn't just like grab someone's fucking hand. Yeah, exactly like Xander said. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, Shafted. Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe for something like holding hands, sure, fine. Like most people wouldn't see holding hands as a threat, but like anything else, like just kissing someone, no, I'm never gonna tell you guys like just kiss someone because again, I've just been in enough of those situations. And I think probably the best example I have of this is this British girl that I dated for a little while. And we had a first date, we're sitting there on the bench. I look into her eyes and I'm like, you're so fucking pretty. And she kind of giggles and she's like, you're pretty too. And I was like, can I kiss you? And she sat there and thought about it for like a second or two. And she was like, okay. And then we made out a little bit. Really good kisser. And then we kind of snuggled for a bit. And then she said, you know, no one's ever asked me if they could kiss me before. And I was like, oh, really? Did you like it? And she's like, yeah. Yeah. I wish guys would ask me more. And I was like, all right, what usually happens? And she said, I've had guys just like launch themselves at me and I'm not ready. And so I kind of get freaked out. Like, I'm like, oh, and then they'll get really butthurt. He'll take it as a personal rejection. And then she's like, it's really awkward. I feel fucking weird. Like, I would have kissed him, just not right then. I sometimes take a little while to warm up, or I want to know that it's coming. Like, again, guys, I kissed this girl within 4 minutes of knowing her. But as she was saying, if I just tried to kiss her, she would have been like, whoa, no, no. And a lot of the time, you just saying, like, can I kiss you without any pressure gives them enough time to sit there for 5 seconds and go, I feel safe right now. He didn't just launch himself at me, so I have to fucking defend. Yeah, I think I do want to make out. So I've always just found that, like, well, not always, but like, I've been asking girls now for the last, like, I don't know, 8 years? 8 years or so. Can I kiss you? Do you want to come back to mine? Do you want to have sex? Like, do you want to fool around? Can I touch your pussy? Do you want to take your clothes off? Can I touch your butt? I sometimes ask girls that in public, like even on a first date. Like, I'll, do you want to kiss? Yep, we make out for a bit. I'll be like, can I touch your butt? It's so hot. Most of the time they say yes, as long as like there's nobody around. And then I touch her butt and I'm like, thanks. Can I touch your boobs too? Feel free to say no. And most of the time they say yes. Sometimes they'll say maybe not yet. And I'll be like, cool, cool. So you can just ask. And it's like way quicker than like doing something and then she pushes you away and then you have to play this fucking dumb game. Like, to me, like, I wouldn't want someone that I wasn't ready to touch me. I wouldn't want them to touch me. If I wasn't ready to be touched by someone, I wouldn't want them to just fucking touch me. I'd want them to ask, even if it's someone that I liked. Like, we're on a date and I like her. If I'm not ready to be touched, I don't want you to fucking touch me. And so just saying like, "Can I touch you? Do you want to make out?" It's like it takes half a second, and people don't do it because they're afraid. They're like afraid of like it will look weak, it will look beta, it will look weird. It's just a fear. Like, I don't know how to say it in a smooth way. You don't have to. You just say like, "Yo, I kind of want to kiss you. Do you want that? Can I kiss you? Do you want to make out?" Like any of these things. It's just like so much easier. You really start to understand this when you like do it a few times. You see how easy it is. And especially if you're going to do like kinky sex and stuff, like BDSM and stuff, it's basically mandatory that you ask and say, like, do you want to do this? Yeah, way fun, like you said. I heard Mystery say, "Would you like to kiss me?" is better phrasing than "Can I kiss you?" What you'll find if you do this enough, like if you have enough sex, man, is like there's no perfect way of saying something. You can say something a million different ways. I know a lot of pickup artists, like Mystery was literally a pickup artist. They'll tell you the best way of doing something. And maybe it's like 5% better, but like who gives a fuck? Just do whatever you want. Like at the end of the day, you can say things however you fucking want. The only things I would gently guide you towards is like try and be nice, be compassionate, be honest, stuff like that. So, me personally, I've found no difference between would you like to kiss me? Do you want to kiss? Do you want to make out? Can I? Like, what does it matter? If she wants to kiss you, it doesn't fucking matter how you say it, man. The answer is either yes or no. She's not going to be like, I would have kissed you if you'd said, would you like to kiss me instead of can I kiss you? Like, nah, man, it's all like roughly the same. Like, these things don't matter as much as you think, but lots of pickup artists will tell you that it matters. Shafted, definitely do hard disagree with this, Shafted. Yeah. So, Shafted, this is when I'll jump in, my brother, and say this with love. Please, like, give whatever advice you want, but if you say stuff like this, I'm gonna jump in and smooth it over. I'm gonna jump in and like hard disagree. No, guys, as a fucking PSA, please do not just grab a girl's hair in bed and fucking pull it. Jesus fuck me Christ. Please do not do that. Guys, please do not just grab a girl's hair and fucking pull it if you're a virgin, if you're inexperienced, if you don't know what you're doing. If it's a girl that you've dated a bunch of times, sure. Please do not just fucking like yank some chick's hair, okay? Fucking ask. Do you like your hair pulled a little? Can I pull this? You could be fucking really gentle with it and see how she reacts, but a lot of you guys are fucking like inexperienced or virgins. A lot of you have had experience, so you get the nuance. And Shafted, maybe you do too. But brother, remember that you are talking. There is an 18-year-old guy in here who's a fucking virgin. All right. Like, remember who you're talking to sometimes. And for those guys, we say, like, fucking, like, don't just do random shit because they won't understand the nuance, man. Same as like BDSM or kink or spanking and shit, which pulling hair is like starting to get into the territory of BDSM. And Shafted, you're probably experienced enough or wise enough to understand the subtle difference, right? Between very gently giving her like a little bit of a pull. Like, sure, man, I do some of that shit sometimes, but like you're giving advice to people who haven't set foot in the bedroom with a woman sometimes. Remember that, brother. Like, the more you do this shit, like, I've been coaching people for years. The more you realize, like, okay, some guys won't understand the subtlety. And if I say, like, yeah, you can pull a girl's hair in the bedroom, they'll be like, oh, okay, yank. And then she goes, "Oh, fucking what the hell was that?" So, yeah, like generally speaking, when I'm giving advice to the audience, yeah, exactly what Chad just said. For that reason, a beginner doesn't know how to fucking pull someone's hair without hurting her, like at all. He'll just grab a couple of strands of hair and like pull, and she'll be like, "Ow." A beginner definitely doesn't know how to choke or spank or any of that shit. That's why I say all the time, just go gentle with this shit. Ask her what she likes, ask her how it feels. Start out really slow. You don't have to be timid and like walking on eggshells, but you're starting out slow and baby stepping through that. So, shafted, yeah, I don't doubt that you know what you're doing, but remember that other people might not necessarily. ECC says, Andy, have you read the works of the ancient Greek philosophy Ligma Bols? I have. I have. Really enlightening stuff. It is. It is. He's not here right now, but Mike's or Mike Ox, he's got some great philosophies too with that name. This joke actually reminds me of, on The Simpsons, how Bart used to call up like Moe's pub or his bar or whatever and make stupid jokes. That's what you've reminded me of. Yeah, shafted. See exactly what you just said here. You gotta. This is what I mean, shafted. You get the fucking subtlety, man, but other people might not. So you go on to say here, you have to allow a woman to say when something doesn't suit her. She's only human. Yeah. See, do you understand how you get the subtlety, man? But and I think most of the guys here do. Like I think most of you have had some sexual experience, but there's some people that have had none. And especially if we're going to talk about like, making out or sexual shit, yeah, I'll always wrap that up in like just fucking ask, guys. And then at some point you'll either ask less or you'll just do what I do and you ask all the time. Like I just ask for everything. It's way easier. Then I don't have to go through the whole like her saying no, her pushing me away, her defending and all of that. Wayfin, do you remember what I said before, brother? Read less pickup artist shit, please. I promise you, man, it will absolutely change your life if you just start reading it. Like, I shouldn't have to need to pull out a dictionary to understand what you're saying. Should I seduce my one-itis if she's showing IOIs, but she's giving me LMR? Is it a shit test? Dude, I feel like I'm reading some instruction manual for a fucking train or something. Like, I feel like I need a degree in nuclear physics, in astrophysics, whatever the fucking word is, to understand what you're saying here. I can't fucking like my brain just shuts down. There's too much shit here, man. Just I promise if you talk like a person, people will be able to help, especially women. But if you use language like this, no woman on the planet is going to know what the fuck you're saying, so they won't be able to help you. And that would be my answer. I would just talk to this woman about whatever it is that you're going through right now with all of this stuff, man. And please don't take that as a criticism of you. That's more a criticism of like pickup artists who make the act of talking to women fucking nerdy. You're talking to women and they somehow make it sound uncool. Like, would you go up to a woman and be like, "Hey, are you showing me IOIs right now? Or are you giving me LMR? Like, are you shit testing me right now? Like, did you know you're my one itis?" She'd be like, "The fuck? Are you reading out of the dictionary to me? Like, I don't understand any of what you're saying right now." And again, Wafin, that's not to mock you, brother. But if you just talk normally, people can help you more. Normal people will be able to help you more. Women will be able to help you more. And that would be my answer. Talk to her about this, man. Like, again, I don't even really know what you're saying here, but talk to her about this. Like, I'm assuming what you're saying is that she's not ready to have sex yet. Just talk to her about that. Hey, when do you want to have sex? Do you want to have sex? Are you into me? Do you want to go on a date? How long do you normally take before you have sex? Do you want to kiss her a little bit first? Do you want to go on a couple of dates? Like, just talk to her about it. But you won't be able to talk to her about it, like, if you're using all this language, she won't have a fucking clue what you're saying. Cole says, "Yo, you're a fucking legend, Andy." No, you are, Cole. You freaking truck driving legend. Oh my god, Method, I love you. Method, I love you. Method, I love you. Thank you. Method, thank you. Method, I love you. He translated it. So, should I seduce the one girl I'm hung up on? So generally already I'd say I wouldn't get hung up on one girl. And like if you are, that's okay. Like it's not like the world fell apart, but like I would have your own life going on. I would have friends and hobbies and just have a cool life so that you're not hung up on one girl, that you're not sitting around going like, "Oh my god, I love her, I miss her, I need her." Like, especially if it's someone you haven't dated yet, you don't really know her, so you don't know if you're a good fit. Um, so should I seduce the one girl I'm hung up on if she's showing indicators of interest? So so especially at 18, Wafin, I would not trust you to know if a girl's interested in you. I wouldn't trust anyone to know if someone's interested in them unless they literally say, "Are you interested in me?" A lot of the time you can guess, but maybe they're just flirting because they have a flirty personality. I've had that situation so many times. A girl is literally flirting with me, and I'm like, wow, she's so into me. And then I ask her out, and she's like, I have a boyfriend. It's like, so like indicators of interest don't mean shit until you ask someone out. Or sometimes they're happy to flirt and show interest in you, but she might want something different to you. So you hit on her and she's super into you. And then you're like, wow, this is going so good. I'm looking for friends with benefits. Do you want that? She's like, no, I'm looking for like marriage and a husband. I only want a long-term relationship and marriage. And you're like, oh, then why were you showing me so much interest? And it's like, because what the fuck? Interest doesn't mean that like we have to want the same thing. Maybe I'm interested in you romantically and maybe not super sexually. And then sometimes the opposite. So yeah, I wouldn't be sitting there like trying to figure out indicators of interest. Just ask someone out. Like, yeah, exactly like Chad went on to say, focusing on indicators of interest is like a surefire way to filter yourself out before you try anything. Like you're going like, "Oh, she didn't show me an indicator of interest, therefore I shouldn't hit on her." And it's like, what the fuck? Most girls won't make it obvious that they like you because they're shy. Just like be honest, just like say the thing you want. And then you said she's giving me last minute resistance. Last minute resistance, guys, we could have a big long conversation about this, which we're not going to because we'll finish up in a little bit. I got some coaching calls to do after this. But last minute resistance is not a thing that fucking exists. She does not feel comfortable. She is unsafe or she feels unsafe. The answer is not to fucking push through or see it as a shit test. At that point, we're literally saying this human being, I don't give a fuck about their emotions or their feelings or their thoughts or what they're going through. And Wafen, this is not like a criticism of you, brother. It's more like a criticism of like pickup artist culture in general. But if you see something as a shit test or a last minute resistance, you're literally saying, I don't give a fuck what she wants. I don't give a fuck what she's thinking. She doesn't fucking count to me. Like she literally doesn't fucking count as a person. I just need that pussy. I don't give a fuck what she's going through. Just tell me exactly what I need to do to fuck her. And it's like, Jesus, fuck me, Christ. Could you imagine if a gay guy hit on you if you're straight? And you're like, whoa, bro, not interested. Could you imagine him then going, tell me exactly what I need to do to fuck this straight guy's hole? You'd be fucking disgusted by that. You'd be like, you're not listening to me. You'd like, you're literally trying to what, fucking rape me or something? Or play Jedi mind tricks on me to fuck me? We can do way better than that. If someone is giving resistance, they're clearly not comfortable. The answer isn't, how do I fucking just ignore that and push through it? Fuck no. The answer is I'm going to stop and be like, hey, like, how you feeling? Like, do you want to have sex? Do you even want to have sex? I haven't fucking even asked you if you want to have sex because I've been too busy trying to run fucking game on you as if you're some little fucking sex toy that I need to just stick my dick in. No, I'm going to take a step back and say, do you even want this? Which is like question number one, by the way. Like, that's how you start seducing someone. Maybe you flirt a little bit at first, but at some point you say, do you even want to fuck me? Do you even want to kiss me? Do you even want to hang out with me? Do you want to do this shit with me? And then if they say yes, then you keep going. So yeah, the concept of last minute resistance is just the person doesn't feel comfortable, or they don't know if they want this thing yet, or they don't feel safe, or they're not entirely sure what you're trying to do with them. You can literally just say like, "Do you want to do this? Like, how you feeling? Like, are you okay?" So yeah, anytime resistance comes up, just talk to the person. Which is why I say, guys, don't or try and move away from all of these like weird ideas of like LMR, IOI, shit test, number close, like all of that shit makes it way harder for you to talk to the woman. Like you're literally not going to talk to her when you're too busy with all of these weird lingos and methods and all of that. You're seeing her as an object at that point that you need to just like overcome or fucking get into or whatever. But she's a person. And the more you can empathize with people or at least just ask them what's going on, the more they can open up. And she'll say, hey, I just don't feel like I'm ready for sex yet. And you can be like, cool. Like, how long do you normally take to have sex? Like, do you want to wait till the next date after that? Do you want to just make out for a little bit first? Like, I can't tell you how many women have given what you might call last minute resistance, right? And I literally just stop. I hit the pause button. I'm like, hey, how you feeling? Like, if you don't want to do this, by the way, we don't have to have sex. I don't want to have sex with you if you don't want it. Like, how you feeling? And she'll open up and be like, well, I'm nervous. And, I don't know if I want to have sex. And I'm just worried that, like, what if I don't do a good job? What if it's not fun? Like, she's just nervous. And so we'll talk through that. I can't tell you how many women that I've just sat there and listened to them for like 5 minutes. It literally just takes 5 minutes sometimes. And then she'll go, you know what? Actually, I do think I want sex. And I'm like, cool. Like, yeah. Do you want to do that? And then we have sex. Like, the best method for last minute resistance is to stop seeing it as last minute resistance and just listen for 5 or 10 minutes. And there's no guarantee that you'll have sex, but at least you'll know what's going on because you can just ask her instead of trying to mind read and look for like indicators of interest, which is like this weird fucking like pseudoscience of like mind reading, body language reading. Like, you guys are not experts in that. Neither am I. And even if you are an expert in that, anyone who is an expert, like body language experts, will tell you, like literally people trained by the fucking FBI and the police and shit will tell you that they can only be accurate like 60% of the time or some shit. So it's not like they're batting 99% success rate. Like, it's a pretty shit pseudoscience that has some validity, but for the most part, no. The only way to know what's in someone's head, and even then, there's no guarantees, but the closest way to know what's in someone's head, or the best, is to just say, what's in your head if you're happy to share with me? How you feeling? Do you want to have sex? Do you never want to have sex? Are you not that into me? And then you get your answer. You don't have to guess. So yeah, I would skip the whole guessing and just like ask. Method said, Andy, do you think your Tinder guide can help with cold approach results as well? Of course. Cole says, Andy, ever read any philosophy books by Ayn Rand? Yes. So I really liked Atlas Shrugged. Someone smart recommended him. It's actually a her. She is a her. Yes, I like Atlas Shrugged. It's a very long book. Um, there are some parts of her philosophy that I don't use anymore. Maybe that's not the right way of phrasing it. I used her as a stepping stone, and then I've gone down a slightly different pathway. She to me is very logical, cold, and very clinical and rational, and doesn't like concepts like the greater good and stuff like that. She's very focused on selfishness. She even has a book called The Virtue of Selfishness. And I don't think any of that's bad at all. I think if you lived a life according to her principles, you would be quite an honest, probably quite safe person to be around because she talks about honesty all the time, but you would also be a little bit cold. And so I love her philosophy, to be very clear. I just also add in a little bit of like love and being nice to other people and giving to other people and generosity. She's not someone that believes in generosity. I'd phrase it like that. Or she sees generosity solely as like a method of benefiting yourself. She's very self focused. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Her stuff really helped me for sure. I really liked Atlas Shrugged. Method said, do you think the autistic honesty approach works well in a bar at night environment? Why don't you try it and find out? That is going to be my answer with a lot of this stuff is like, go try it and find out. Like, Xander would probably tell you that too, brother. Xander is a big fan ever since he started coming to these live streams. I guess he came to the first one. Xander from the very beginning has said so many times to you guys, go and fucking do it. Like, go fucking do it. Go just try it. So yeah, go try it. And then you'll be able to tell us, my man. Xander. Yeah. I can see what you're talking about here. You said I tried reading Ayn Rand once, and frankly, she struck me as fascist. I think she would say the opposite, actually. Borderline misanthropic. I got some vibes like that a little bit. I don't know. I got the sense that she really loved people who take a lot of action and are self-aware and intelligent. And I'm not entirely sure how she feels about people who are average. So I don't know if I'd say she hated people. I think I would say that she was neutral at best towards like the average person. I definitely don't think she had a lot of love for humanity. And that doesn't necessarily mean she was cold towards humanity. but I don't think she like deeply loved them. Also, I just bumped my desk and my monitor turned off. Yeah. So I don't know if I'd say she hated. I think our brain wants to make things very black and white, like one or the other extreme. But I definitely didn't feel a deep sense of love towards humanity from her. She deeply loves intelligent people a lot. She deeply loves self aware people. I think she loves them to bits. But yeah, I could see that you could make a case that her love was a bit conditional. And that's most people, by the way. Like, do you guys love your enemies? Fuck no. Like, very few of you do. If I tell you guys, can you sit there and think about love for Hitler? You guys would think I'm fucking insane for saying that. So most people don't most people don't love unconditionally. So I don't blame Ayn Rand for that as well. I've been working on unconditional love for literal years now. It has taken me such a ridiculous long time to get there. It's not something that I would hold anyone else to that standard either. Tino says, "Hey Andy, have you ever been with a woman who was older than you and taught you something?" Yeah, plenty. I dated an older woman who was like in her 50s. Had been divorced. This was when I was like 29. She taught me a lot. I liked her. Yeah. But most of my dynamic is with younger women or like women my age, I guess. Like I just like mentoring, I like coaching. And so I tend to date like people a little younger than me because they want to be coached. Although I've dated some older women, like Molly's 30, and that's still 8 years younger than me. But I have met some women in their late 30s as well who still wanted to be mentored and like were not naive, but like wanted to learn from me. And so I think as long as there's that dynamic there, that's more the dynamic I prefer. Cole, you said, I'm glad I asked. It seems she was a little off from being universally accepted as a good source. I might check it out. Uh, yeah. Some of her ideas are really helpful. Okay, if you want a book, no. Here you go. Here you go. If you want a book, actually, haven't you already read this, Cole? Have you read How I Found Freedom in an Unfree World? Was it you who's read that? I would read that book. It's like Ayn Rand, but with some love in there. It's like Ayn Rand, but like not quite so cold. Or if you want, and yeah, so you have read that book. If you want even more, like Loving What Is or I Need Your Love, Is That True by Byron Katie is like the loving version of Ayn Rand. Like Byron Katie, you are never going to get Byron Katie to do something she doesn't want to do. So she's incredibly like quote unquote selfish in that way. She will always do the thing that she wants to do, but she's so loving in the way that she does it. And if someone asks her something that she doesn't want to do, she will literally say, I love that you asked me that, and I'm not going to do it. And so, like, she's so unbelievably like Ayn Rand sort of thing, but in a really nice way. Like, really, really, really nice way. So I'd probably just start with those two, to be honest. It's all good games. You say, Andy, have me on for a live chat. It'll be the best content ever. I like going full retard. That definitely makes me want to put you on here less. I'll be honest. Cole says, I've been on Byron Katie. I Need Your Love. Is that true? About halfway through. That's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy it. I think we'll finish up there, guys. Like I said, I got some big coaching calls and stuff to do today, and I want to have a little break because I'm going to be seeing Molly later as well. We're going to spend the day together and then New Year's Eve. So I want to take a little break and just sort of chill out. I realized there were a lot of questions we didn't get to today, and I feel like I kind of gave really quick, um, maybe almost like dismissive answers to a couple of you, like Wafen. I definitely am not fully happy with the answers that I gave you, man. I feel like I was quite dismissive and didn't really give you useful advice. So if you guys want to come tomorrow or the day after, we can probably give you a better answer. And to be very clear, Wafen, everything I was saying, brother, not a criticism. In fact, you've kicked ass, man. Like you have absolutely kicked ass. I would just try and move away from the pickup artist stuff with all the weird lingo and language. Like you can kind of think of it like this, man. Think of people that are really cool. Like think of someone that you can know that is really cool. Do they make it seem really nerdy and like talk with lots of weird lingo and stuff? No, they just talk like a normal person. You're like, oh yeah, that guy's cool. He's relaxed. He's chill. And so if you're wanting to have sex and feel cool while you're doing it and all of that, not that that's the only thing you care about, but you're 18, you absolutely fucking care about cool. It's like the only thing that people care about in school, and you've just come out of school. If you care about being cool, talk about sex like it's normal. It's just a normal thing. Yeah, I hooked up with this girl. Like all the guys that are cool in college are just like, oh yeah, I hooked up with this girl. They're not like, oh, this girl gave me IOIs and then LMR and then this and that. So I'm trying to move you away from that stuff. And the girls, by the way, don't talk like that either. And guys that get laid a lot and are having a lot of sex, they talk to women like it's just a normal, she's just a normal person. They chill around women. So they talk to them like normal. So if you can move away from all of that lingo, you'll find that sex is actually easier to have because you can just walk up to a woman and be like, hey, what's up? You're sexy. How you doing? And she'll be like, oh, thank you. And you're like, yeah, cool. You single? Like, what are you doing? Like, you'll just talk to her like a normal person. Like, yeah. Hayden, you just made me laugh with the last thing you said. All right. All right, guys, let's get some emojis in the chat. You're all kicking ass. And yeah, if I was a bit dismissive with some of my answers today or a little bit like I was glossing over them, it's literally because I was putting pressure on myself to try and rush through all your questions, which I think sometimes I put that pressure on myself. I got to answer all your questions, which is just like a story running in my head. So I'll do some work on letting that go. But yeah, I hope all of you have an amazing New Year's Eve if it's New Year's Eve for you later tonight. If it's not, then have a nice one tomorrow. I'm going to go have a crazy New Year's. So I might be tired tomorrow. Let's just fully fucking put that out there. I do these live streams starting 7 a.m. my time. And if I'm up till like 1 a.m. or some shit, I might be fucking tired. Like, but we'll still do a good job. All right, gents, I will see you tomorrow.